Hello everyone, I'm Crashing New Wars 2, and I have been working for many hours, many days, very long time, on a deep dive for Warrior Nun, hence the title down below, and the thumbnail. I lost all of the edits, all of the footage. I have all of the recordings, at least, of I think it was like 6 or 7 videos that I took of every single episode of Season 1 of Warrior Nun. I did so much detailed discussion, and I have those videos, but each of those videos added up equals up to maybe 3 hours, 4 hours, and that's without all of the cuts of me taking out all of my stutters and stuff. I took notes in my journal here. Episode 1, Episode 2, and 3, and 4, all the way to Episode 10. You can't really see that. There we go. Sorry. I'm using my monitor as reference. Yeah, I did work. I have a lot of notes. I took detailed notes, and I did a lot of good discussion, and I had a lot of good thumbnails or pictures added into the video to help drive my point for every little thing I talked about, and all of that work is gone. Yeah, that was, I think the last time, initially when I started doing the video, I initially started, I think, sometime in May. And so at the end of the month, that was the last time I had touched the video. I took a very long hiatus from it, and it was dumb. I was being lazy, and I went back to editing it. And now, all of it is gone. I've said that multiple times. I am frustrated. I was using Wondershare Filmora. In general, that editing software is good. It's fun. It's great. It's very easy to use. But it costs money, and I spent so much time of my personal time editing all of that, and I don't want to. I had an opportunity to do all that edits again, because technically I had a second file, somehow, that already had a lot of the footage in, but it was before I got to episode 5. I was on like at the end of 3 or somewhere in 4. Last place that I had stopped was on 7 or 8. I was almost finished, and I like really just needed to go through the video to cut out all of the breaks and then add extra thumbnails and things and titles to help drive the point. And now it's all gone. So I apologize that this video right now is not the deep dive that I had been talking to some of you in person. I have actually talked to and said, yeah, I'm doing this deep dive on this show on Netflix called Warrior Nun. It's really weird and kind of fun, but also challenging. And I don't know where. I'm going to try to summarize all my thoughts about it here, hence the thumbnail showing that it's triggering me, because for the first couple episodes, from episode 1 up to episode 8 or 9 maybe, that is where things are fine. Things are interesting. They challenge the faith. They challenge different aspects of Catholic life, because most of it is placed in Spain and around the Catholic Church, and they talk about the Pope, and they talk about the bishops and cardinals and priests and nuns and all of that, and it's really interesting. It challenges you. And there are some themes that the director had put in that definitely seem like good things. But then, once you get to the end of episode 9 and into episode 10, you take all of that and throw it in the trash. You throw it down the drain, because all of that means nothing. This is why I wanted to do the deep dive, but then all of that edit is now gone. So now you have to look at and watch me ramble and do all this sporadicness. So, to summarize what the show is about, it's about a sect of nuns in the Catholic faith that fight demons, protecting the Catholic Church and everyone around them. And sounds good on the surface. It's really interesting. Any Catholic, initially from that premise, would want to watch it because they think it's interesting. The thing is that all of their, they have a specifically one nun in the sect called the Warrior Nun. She was gifted supernatural powers from an angel from heaven that's already problem one, because angels cannot give up their power. For the show, the angel gave the human their halo, which gave them supernatural power, and then turned the angel to be stuck on heaven because they gave up their divinity. That's not possible. Angels are divine creatures by their nature, by their creation. They cannot give that up. That is not an aspect of them that they can do. So that's already problem one. Problem two is that there's a lot of politics involved that cause really a lot of like selfish pride, back and forth stuff. On a plus side, so as a positive, so there's 2 negatives, 1 positive. On the positive side, they really do shine a negative light on the demons, so not showing that they should be praised or promoted, or we should side with the demons. Oh, they're just misunderstood. It's nothing like that. So at least they've got that going for it. On another positive, they show some of the aspects of Catholic faith properly, and some of the virtues as I said, they challenge the faith a little bit. Like it makes some things make sense, but in a modern sense. But the other problem is that there's a lot of controversy with the science involved with it, that like science and faith should be separated and we can answer all of faith from science perspective. That's a reoccurring theme. So that's one other problem. And then another problem initially with the director, he wanted the story to be told as women fighting the patriarchy. And you can see hints of that across the series, because you can tell like the women are like trying to stand up against the men, like, oh, you can't tell us what to do. We have our own thoughts. We know what's better to do. On the flip side of that, they do a poor job at that, and actually the main priest, Father Vincent, is the main person who actually is a good father figure. He is not like there's a repetition of free will involved being given to the women. So patriarchy is not really shown well in the show. Another problem by the end is that the angel that gave up his halo, we initially thought that he was dead or he passed away over the years, because initially the time when the angel gave the Warrior Nun his halo was back in the Crusades. So way far in the past, way in history. Apparently he's been alive, trapped under the Vatican all this time, because the church is afraid of having the angel return to fight back and take his power away. That's one other problem. And so, and also the Warrior Nun learns about this, and they try to stop him. Now that does kind of sound good, but then another problem, so this is 6, I'm gonna go into binary counting for right now. Sorry, there we go. Yeah, so Ava is the main girl. She finds out about this and they want to stop the angel. It sounds great, but the angel may actually be from hell as well, because the graphics for him appearing, I lost track of what number 6 was. So wait, yeah, that was 6. So that was 6. There you go, 7. Number 7 is that he's maybe from hell. That within the flashback he shows like him being chased by one of the demons out of like this weird red and black portal. Kind of makes you think of hell in a sense. Yeah. 3 good to 7 bad. I can't stay 7 on past the 5. That's why I had to switch to binary. I can make another video about that some other time. Yeah, and the on one other positive sense, I'll give it one more thing, is that it's got interesting imagery, using it kind of in a artistic sense, but also in its proper sense. But again, 7 to 4, it's conflicting, because the majority of the series seems good, and then the last half, or last bit, is like, You had a great thing going, and you just dropped it all. Why? Where? You had a good story. Netflix, why you do this? And the second season is coming out soon. The trailer is already dropped, and that even causes more flags to come up because at one point, Ava has now she's the main warrior nun. She's like practiced her powers and she's figured out some stuff that she can do. And as one thing, at the end, I'm spoiling if this wasn't clear enough, I've spoiled the series so far. At the end of the first season, the angel Adriel has broken out, and apparently, as I hinted at, we possibly think that he's from hell, so he somehow has control over demons. That's another problem. So that's 8. There we go. 8. 8 things wrong already. And so now, in Season 2, they have to fight Adriel and the demons, and one of the shots from the trailer shows Ava making the crown of thorns, which is the main thing that was placed on Christ's head when he suffered and died for our sins. So you can already tell that that's a major thing as well. That's problematic for the show. That is why I'm triggered. That's why I do not know if this show is good or not. I am trying to make this video as a warning or an awareness for all of my viewers and anyone else who is interested in the show or has seen some of it. Maybe watch it with a correct lens of faith, because it can easily be misconstrued and it's problematic throughout the entire show. Despite the fact that it's from Japanese manga. What is it? Warrior Nun Ariala, I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. I've never read the manga. I've never heard of it until it was announced on Netflix. I have no idea. Still haven't read it. But yeah, so just making awareness of this because it's problematic. So yeah. I hope you enjoyed seeing me rage and rant and kind of blow my head off a little bit. I hope this stirs something in your soul and your heart to be cautious of what you watch. And I will be making other nicer videos that are not so chaotic like this in the future. So thank you for joining me on this ride of this short video. I tried keeping it as short as possible. 10 to 15 minutes is not as long as an hour or 3 hours of footage of the deep dive that I was gonna do. So yeah, I again apologize for all my viewers and the people that I had talked to personally and said that I was doing this deep dive and I can't do it anymore. I'm very sorry. Computer and editing stuff is dumb at times. It just problems with being a YouTuber. First world problems. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. I'm Crash Any Wars 2. Please make sure to like this video and put any comments down below if you've watched this show before or what your thoughts are on it, or just tell me what you think about it, and if you have found other shows like it. We need to make sure that there's awareness of this out there. So yeah, thank you for enjoying this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching it. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in our next adventure.